Welcome back to Hollywood on Top. I'm Marta Bloom here with special guest and my friend, Beverly Johnson. So Beverly, the face that changed it all, a New York Times bestseller. I mean, this book is loaded. I'm talking sex, drugs, rock and roll, and murder? Oh, wait, we chose 3 moments in the book that really stood out to us. The first is about your daughter. Would you mind reading it?
For you. Oh. For you, I will read it.
Thank you.
In 1982, the judge decided that Danny had the more appropriate living quarters for Anansa at our old apartment on Fifth Avenue. He also ruled that since Danny worked mostly from the home, he had more time to spend with our daughter, and therefore should retain primary custody of her. And I was an international famous model who traveled all the time, and that didn't help my case at all. I was devastated. I'm still devastated. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And in this book, I spoke about the challenges that defined my life, that really had a primal shift in me. And that was one of those moments.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Beverly. Well, let's move on to another time. It was the late 70s and nothing was hotter than Studio 54. Would you read for us?
It was an anything goes time for some of us. And in my world, there was no better example of anything and everything goes lifestyle than the famed nightclub Studio 54. Only made one trip to Studio 54 in all my years in New York. That said, although I may have stepped foot into the place only once, I ended up staying 3 days.
What? What?
Yes.
3 days.
And I remember I went to work straight from Studio 54, and a hairdresser picking a piece of confetti out of my hair going, I know where you've been. And I was like,
oh, wow,
yeah,
wow. Those were the times, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna drop some names and you can tell me if you knew them. But feel free to give me a thumbs up if you really, really knew them, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's start. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keith Haring.
Yes.
Jackie Kennedy.
Yes.
Andy Warhol.
Yes, I did.
Mick Jagger.
He's so cool, yes.
Liza Minnelli.
Awesome, yes.
Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Liz Taylor.
Yes.
Oh, so you knew everybody.
It's incredible because you live in this little bubble in New York and in the world. And you see and you meet and you associate and you have dinner and have fun and these are your friends. But it just becomes part of your life. And it's an interesting life. Yeah, it was an amazing era, the 70s and 80s. I only write about the 70s and 80s. It was an amazing era. I'm so lucky. I feel so blessed to have grown up in that era.
All right, so speaking about that bubble and that era,
yes.
Let's talk about the incident with Liz Taylor.
Yes, that was extraordinary because that was at the very beginning of my career. And Halston was the designer of that decade, of that era.
Oh, yeah.
And he invited me to one of his parties at his home, his brownstone in New York. I'm like the new girl on the block, and I'm so nervous and everything. And I'm trying to, I didn't speak to anyone, right? I'm just like, and I look up, and I see these purple irises staring back at me. And it's Elizabeth Taylor.
Wow.
And then she goes, hey, she waves, and I go, and then I'm saying, now think of something to say. And I said,
what? What did you say?
Miss Taylor, I like your ring.
Oh.
You know, because she had all these diamonds
I'm sure it was
on.
a fabulous ring, right?
So she took the ring off, and she threw it across the table.
What?
And you know I'm an athlete, and so my reflexes, I jumped up and I caught it. Everybody's laughing and falling all over, you know, cigarettes.
And you caught that ring.
I caught it. So I take it.
And when you took a look at it?
I looked, no, it was so heavy, and she's going, put it on. So I'm putting it on. It was the Hope Diamond.
Woo,
69
Diamond?
4 carats.
69.4 carats.
And I put it on, and I'm going, holy la baba. I mean, it's like, and I'm taking it off to give her. She says, keep it on, keep it on. I followed her around the party all night because I didn't want to be on page 6 the next day saying, you know, the new black model stole Elizabeth Taylor's ring. You know how they always blame it on us.
I can't wait to read the book.
Yes, it's a page turn. Don't start reading late at night because I don't want to be blamed for when you're late for work the next morning. Because you can't put it down.
Your book.
You can't put it down.
Yeah. Beverly, it's been so cool and amazing to have you here. I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing with us a little bit about your book and your life.
Thank
and
you.
You're just an incredible woman, an incredible mother, and I'm so blessed that you're my friend.
Oh, thank you, Marta.
Let me tell you something. If you really want to know what happens behind the scenes in the world of fashion from the person that lived every minute of it, get this book. Beverly Johnson, The Face That Changed It All. I'm Marta Bloom for What's Hot in Hollywood. From the top of Hollywood, this is Hollywood on Top.